Alright, this is Christopher Fox once again. And this is a request this time for Jesse. So the fuck up phone. And the name of this video is This Woman Documents Terrifying Breakdown. This would be interesting. Let's check it out. Yay. I don't condone breakdowns, but just leave that there.
What is the point of the pain scale if you are just going to be offered a baby aspirin, maybe cut in half, for saying your pain is 10 out of 10?
Who are you?
This is Kelly Ronahan. You may be wondering why she is crying right now.
Why is she crying?
Well, the reason for this is that these are Kelly's legs.
What?
After her long battle with a devastating
illness,
her legs needed to be amputated.
Why?
But the battle Kelly was fighting wasn't a physical one.
Why?
It was a mental one. Let's take a look at how we got here.
Okay, this is gonna be fucked up.
But before the video, I have a quick important announcement for you guys. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you may know that me and Nexpo might have a boxing match in the future.
Hello?
Maybe possibly make it happen. But if I'm going to clap Nexpo's cheeks, I have to be in top shape. And one of the most important parts of fitness is diet, which is why this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Cooking quality.
Yeah, I just heard of
meals is
HelloFresh. I
essential,
need to get
but my
that.
problem is I'm lazy. This is why I've fallen in love with HelloFresh. This summer,
I gotta go turn my heater on. I'm hot. It's hot here in Avon, so a little cool. There we go. Right.
HelloFresh to making it easy.
Why did I edit that out?
Offering a variety of calorie smart and protein smart meal options. Plus, they have vegan friendly recipes too. Cooking can feel like a chore, and it's easy to get stuck repeating the same boring recipes. But with HelloFresh, there's always something new with 40 recipes to choose from.
Looks like good food, but I can't fucking afford it.
It's impossible to not find something that you will love. When I got my HelloFresh box, I was surprised with how simple the whole process was. It came with 3 great meals to choose from, and I started off with the chickpea, kale, and tomato soup. All the ingredients were provided with simple instructions. From there, it was just a matter of throwing everything together and letting it cook. In no time, everything was done. One of the quickest meals I've ever made, and it was delicious.
Come on, man, you're making me hungry here, and it's gonna be a fucked up video.
You guys can try it today if you go to HelloFresh.com and use the code ScaredTheater16 at checkout for 16 free meals plus free shipping.
Why would you show food in a video that's gonna be this messed up?
Including pescatarian and veggie options. You could even get creative and swap proteins and sides to come up with your own masterpiece. So help support the channel and make cooking easy and enjoyable by going to HelloFresh.com.
I wish I could.
Code ScaredTheater16 at checkout for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Now back to the video.
Medical mystery.
Kelly was born in Kelowna, Canada, with her twin sister, Gina.
They're
She
pretty.
graduated from Okanagan College and went on to become a ballet dancer and instructor. Some of her biggest passions in life were ballet and her cat, as can be seen from her Instagram account, where most of the events we'll be covering took place. Everything in Kelly's life appeared to be fairly normal, until 2014.
What?
She went to the hospital for a regular blood test, but oddly enough, the results said that her iron levels were at 0, and her hemoglobin count was dangerously low. The doctors were puzzled by her condition, and for the life of them, couldn't come to a diagnosis. The only way they were able to treat her was by giving her blood transfusions every 2 weeks.
Oh man.
This went on for years, and Kelly's condition seemed to only get worse. She was a medical mystery. According to Kelly, some possible conditions speculated on were nodular regenerative hyperplasia, aplastic anemia, and sickle cell anemia. At one point, Kelly even started attributing her condition to multiple sclerosis and uterine fibroids, going as far as making plans to have her uterus removed. Despite this, there was basically no evidence that these conditions were the cause for needing these bi-weekly blood transfusions. Throughout all of 2014 and 2015, she posted pictures of her hospital visits and blood transfusions, along with other life updates. All this time, no doctor was ever able to figure out what was wrong with Kelly. She started gaining quite a following at this point, and at one point, saw herself as some sort of inspirational figure.
This is
Kelly
sad.
is a ballet dancer. I also have a serious illness. And although I don't let it get the best of me, I realize that I can't perform maybe to the same athletic ability as my peers. 100% is just a variable. Don't try and match anybody. Just be your own 100%. Respect your body. Do your best.
As her following grew, she gained the attention of the Canadian news network, Global News.
25 gallons of blood
She's a
That's
beautiful
never
girl.
95
What
meters.
happened though?
That's
where
how
would
much
the time-
blood has been transfused into 30-year-old Kelly Ronahan in the last 2 years.
So that's 3 people.
What was
three
wrong with her?
$1 to save
Oh.
me every 2 weeks.
Seeds of doubt. I don't understand why words are backwards. July 16, 2016.
In July of 2016, her condition escalated again. She started reporting that she was experiencing seizures and, as a result, needed to be admitted to the hospital. People continued to give her support and applaud her bravery for being able to face all these difficulties. But in the middle of July, something weird happened. The doctors discovered that Kelly was faking her seizures and consequently discharged her from the hospital.
That's not really
This
safe.
came as a shock to Kelly's followers, and although most of them still continued to support her and donate blood to her, this was the first crack in Kelly's credibility.
Why fake
Of course,
seizures
we
though?
wouldn't want to judge her entire story based on one incident, but it sure brought more skeptical eyes to her account. If she was being dishonest about the seizures, was she being dishonest about this mysterious blood condition too? In some pictures Kelly posted, we can see that she has some really gruesome self-harm scars.
Oh, please don't show
I've
it.
seen them on YouTube, but trust me when I say
Yeah, don't show it.
they're pretty severe. Kelly claimed these scars.
I don't
started
need that
years
shit
ago,
right now.
before the blood
Especially with
condition
my
even
brother.
started, but the scars look fresher than that. It has been speculated that maybe she was purposefully bloodletting. This would explain why her hemoglobin count kept dropping so much in such a short amount of time for seemingly no reason.
Then this next place is really get so
In
dark.
2017, she started experiencing more medical issues. Her port that was implanted for blood transfusions became infected, leading to sepsis. She ended up getting her port replaced, but shortly afterward, it got infected a second time, leading
Wow.
to another hospital visit where she was
Jesus
monitored
Christ.
for 3 weeks. What happened next was the breaking point for a lot of people. In April of 2017, she went to the hospital again for an unrelated reason, and they drew blood from her. In this test, which she wasn't expecting, blood level was miraculously completely normal all of a sudden. She wasn't happy about this, demanding another blood test, but the doctor told her that she wouldn't be receiving another blood infusion that day since she was fine.
Can you just ask the
She
doctor for
dramatically
another
writes,
blood test?
Okay, so I guess I'm a blood seeker, a freaking blood-addicted junkie trying to weasel her way into a psychedelic blood transfusion? She tells us that after her appointment, she went and got another blood test on her own, and mysteriously, this time the report showed that her blood count was dangerously low again. If you're asking yourself, I wonder if she did something between these two tests to make her blood count drop this dramatically, then you're not alone. This incident, in combination with the fake seizures, made people think that we may be witnessing a case of Munchausen syndrome. Munchausen syndrome, also known as factitious disorder imposed on self, is
Oh
when
my
someone
God.
intentionally exaggerates or fakes an illness. This is distinctly different from hypochondria
That
because
shit will get you
hypochondriac truly believes they
in
have
big
whatever
ass
illness
trouble.
they are worried about. Someone with Munchausen's knows they are faking it. The reason for this is typically to gain attention or sympathy from others. I don't
Not
want this to
smart
come
thing
off
to
the wrong
do.
way, but Kelly was definitely someone who never shied away from being the center of attention. I went through almost every single one of her posts while researching this, and it took hours.
She looks
She would
sick
often
in that
post multiple
picture. She
times
looks
a
sick
day,
as hell.
and her account totals over 3,600 posts. Compare this to someone like Kanye West, a professional narcissist who only has a total of around 1,400 posts. It's definitely not unreasonable to suspect Munchausen's. Kelly tried to refute these accusations by claiming the doctors were, for whatever reason, scheming against her, which, by the way, would be a very serious violation of the Hippocratic Oath. By 2018, Kelly gained a lot of attention and criticism. The Munchausen syndrome hypothesis had spread pretty widely. On the bright side, however, Kelly's blood disorder miraculously cured itself. In April of
It cured
2018,
itself?
the doctors removed her blood transfusion port because she no longer needed transfusions. Things should be all well now, but things are never that simple when it comes to Kelly. Her blood condition was now gone, meaning she was no longer receiving attention for this, and almost immediately afterward, she suddenly develops an entirely new condition. On April 18th, she posted a picture of her hands, which are very swollen. She writes,
Redo.
I have no idea what this is all about. I see a doctor this afternoon. Apparently, the doctors told her this is a result of leaky capillaries. On April 22nd, she posted another picture of her feet, which are incredibly swollen.
Jesus
along with what looks like
Christ.
bruising. This started the rabbit hole of her new mysterious condition
What?
that doctors had trouble
I don't
diagnosing.
understand.
Throughout the next couple of months, Kelly takes us along on a ride as doctors do extensive testing to try and diagnose and treat her. On June 30th, Kelly shows us a few text messages between her and her psychiatrist that
What is her
suggest
skin?
this may be some sort of interaction with some of the medication
Her
she's
skin.
taking. Her skin condition worsens. She goes from swelling to experiencing blisters and open wounds on her skin. On
Whoa.
August 7th, she undergoes some more tests as doctors suspect she's suffering from some kind of autoimmune disorder. A couple days later, she posts that the diagnosis came back as eczema, a type of skin condition, and she's prescribed antibiotics. This doesn't seem to help, as her condition continues to only get worse. On October 2nd, Kelly shares with us a dermatology letter where the doctor disagrees with the autoimmune skin disorder diagnosis and instead suggests this is a case of Behçet syndrome, a disorder that causes inflammation in blood vessels.
Whoa. AIDS, a tragic end. Somebody said that said AIDS, not tragic.
Now, what
but-
follows in the rest of the year, I really cannot show you photos of because it's some really sick stuff.
Oh no, what?
I'm used to looking
What's-
at gory
what
stuff,
happened
But some of these images
her?
and videos were the first things to ever actually make me gag.
Oh
Kelly's skin
no.
condition gets so bad that doctors start worrying about nerve damage that is occurring. And every time they treat her wounds, she just picks at them and makes it way worse than it was before.
Why would you do that?
Going for surgery number 2. I'm really scared.
In 2019, the doctors end up having to give her skin grafts to treat her legs. At this point, if Kelly
legs
followed
look
the
gone
treatment
in this
procedure,
picture.
she probably would have been okay. In April of 2019, she makes an Instagram post talking about how she just went on her first walk in months and how she's feeling amazing. And
That's
her legs, although still not looking perfect, are looking a hell of a lot better than they were before. But this recovery was short-lived.
God. Did she
In May of
fucking
2021,
skin herself
Kelly
or
returned to
something?
the hospital again after destroying her skin grafts. There are more gag-inducing images out there of the damage she did to herself.
Don't look
One
that shit up,
particularly
people. It's
gruesome
not worth
image depicts
having
her
nightmares
literally
over.
pulling out one of her nerves in her legs. Unless you're some sort of masochist, I implore you to not look for these pictures.
I'm gonna get
The
nightmares
doctors
from
put
this
a lot
shit.
of effort into trying to save her legs, but the damage couldn't be fixed this time. Their only option was to amputate them. Kelly posted this picture of the result.
Damn, that sucks.
So as you guys know, I've had, on Wednesday, I had both my legs amputated, above the knee.
Doesn't
I'll
look
get into
bad.
the reasons why later, but so this is what I've got right now.
Damn,
I'm
that
having
sucks. That
decent
does.
pain, but really good pain control. Everybody's doing great. So yeah, that's just my quick update for today. I will talk to you guys later.
At least she
Maybe
lived.
using her
Of all
legs
things
to finally get a
considered.
grip on what she was doing to herself, because after this, her social media presence started to slowly dwindle. We see a couple of updates on how her life is going post leg
She looks like
removal,
she's
but
happy,
eventually
at
she just
least.
stopped posting altogether, and no one is sure what she's doing now. I reached out to both Kelly and her sister for a statement, but never got a response. And I ask of you all to not bother them either.
I'm not going to, trust me.
Kelly's story is interesting and tragic.
It is
It's not
very
entirely
sad.
known what caused
Super
her to develop
sad.
Munchausen syndrome to such an extreme degree. Munchausen syndrome can often be caused by parental neglect, abandonment, or other childhood trauma. Some have speculated that her mental condition may have been exaggerated by the fact that
What
her twin
kids saw
sister
this type of
appears
shit
to
on
be very
YouTube?
successful, showing off her many adventures on Instagram as she travels the world. Perhaps Kelly felt overshadowed by her sister's success, and her insecurity and need for attention.
I mean, at
took
least she's
this
happy
form. At one
living.
point, Kelly shows us this doctor's note from the first psychiatrist she saw when she was 24 years old. In the note, the psychiatrist notes that Kelly's history of trauma goes all the way back to her childhood. She writes that Kelly has one of the worst cases of PTSD, accompanied by dissociative fugues, that she has ever seen. Kelly has been struggling with her mental health most of her life. It's easy to be upset or angered with Kelly for lying and faking these conditions, but that doesn't mean that she's not a victim. She truly is ill, just not physically. Sure, a lot of people do crazy things for attention, But this is on a whole different level.
This was fucked
Like I
up.
said at the beginning of the video, her entire passion
is sad.
career
I
was
don't-
ballet. And now, because of the damage she did to herself, she
You guys gotta watch what you request and send me, man. I'm not in the best mood to watch this type of shit right now.
will never be able to do that again.
Seriously, guys. I'm being serious
As
about
frustrating
that.
as all of this is, I genuinely do feel bad for her. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.
That's it. Yeah, that was one of the most messed up things I've ever fucking... One of the most messed up stories I've ever heard in my life. Like, she literally picked the skin grafts off her... I'm gonna stop. I feel sick thinking about it, but... At least she's happy. I mean, hopefully she'll live a good, healthy life. But yeah, bless her heart. Seriously, bless her heart. Yeah, you guys gotta watch what y'all send me. Some stuff I'm not in the mood to watch just because of the state I am right now. But hope you enjoy it anyway. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.